the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm not the best thing to ever happen to them.
I've done a lot of drugs in my life, and I've never felt anything like I did last night.
The little girl's gone. Have any questions for me?
My kids okay?
This is 34-year-old Music Adami and her boyfriend, Matthew Bynum, who lived in a deserted area in New Mexico with their 5-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son. On Sunday, March 10th, just after 11 a.m., the Grant County Sheriff's Department responded to reports of a non-responsive child at a property on Quail Road Run in Silver City. The videos from the Grant County Sheriff's Department show deputies arriving on the scene and running to a tiny home on the back of the property. The reason they were there is because someone on the property called 911. Let's take a listen.
Grant County 911, what is the address of your emergency?
97 Quail Run.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I have no idea. I'm staying with some friends right now, and they are completely. You have a little girl who's not responsive at all. To the adult, the parents are somewhat responsive, but not. They're in and out of. And then they have a 7-year-old boy who is mostly responsive. I was able to get him on a chair, but I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I really don't.
And are you staying in the same house?
No. I'm just on the property.
Okay. What is your name?
My name is Thaddeus Hawkins. I woke up and I heard someone yelling, "Ow, help!" And so I went in. I was trying to help him.
Okay. And what room is he in?
It's kind of like a one living area type of thing right now. But he's in the same area as them. They're all in the same tiny home area.
Okay. Give me a second while I get them started on their way. Okay.
Due to them living in a rural area, the deputy rushed over as quickly as he could, and this is what he found on.
What's going on? Some of the people in the room right here that aren't responding. They're not responding? There's one that's not responding. Who's here? Sheriff's office! Yeah. What's going on?
Not much. Sorry, I'm really stiff this morning. I can't sit upright.
Are you guys on anything?
No.
No? What?
No, I'm just really stiff from...
What's wrong with him? He's tired, I think. Is he awake?
He is awake. He moved from here over to there. He is awake.
Who's not responsive?
Not responsive.
The girl in the middle.
Officers immediately upon entering the tiny home could smell a foul odor and could see that the home was filthy. Not only that, but some of the things at the scene, like these ashes, would later come to be one of the things that helped officers find out what really happened. And the saddest part of all is once officers would get the parents up out of the bed, they would discover their 5-year-old daughter laying lifeless. And both Music and Matthew would claim to have no idea what happened the night before.
What's wrong with him? He's tired, I think. Is he awake?
He is awake. He moved from here over to there. He is awake.
Who's not responsive?
Not responsive.
The girl in the middle.
The girl, she's responsive.
Let me see.
Yeah.
You guys need to move.
Yes.
Move. You guys need to get up now.
Yeah.
Get up.
We're getting up.
Get up.
I'm getting up.
Let's go. Hurry up. Get up.
I'm going.
You guys need to get out.
Yes, sir.
Stand up.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Stand up. Get up. Hurry up. You need to get up.
Got it.
Good at 10-7.
Where?
Right here.
Who, kid?
Move. Get up. Yes.
Get up now! Get out! Get out! I don't care! Stand up!
I'm going.
How long, Hondo? Check his vitals. Did y'all smoke?
Huh? No.
What is it?
No, it's not. No, we just fell asleep really hard. We're really sick.
What's going on? Was it?
So unit calling, you're very 10-1.
Get out. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Come on. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Where is this going?
Stand up! Now!
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you again! Stand up!
I'm standing up. I'm trying to...
Give me the other arm.
Yeah. Ow!
Their 7-year-old son was rescued from the home with only minor injuries. He was taken to the hospital along with his sister, who they did perform CPR on the scene, but it was too late and she did pass away at the hospital.
Extremely confused. So no offense. What about me? Right, just be honest with me because I need to be able to treat your kids.
We're gonna get up, okay? Stand up. Sit down. Sit up, come on.
Thank you.
What did you take?
I don't remember taking anything.
How long have you been out?
So last night was the last time that you were okay.
Last time I was okay. We were laying in the bed there. Had to split all the oak.
Okay, what the hell did you take, bro? What did you take?
I didn't take anything.
What do you guys have then?
I don't have anything.
You want me to take him to the unit?
We'll get that once EMS checks and vitals.
We'll take him. Let's take one at a time. I don't know if he can walk.
He needs to get seen first.
Okay, so we don't know exactly what they took. They're both confused. They don't want to say anything. We have 110-7, 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Another one, bad condition. He was unconscious, I believe, when they got here. And she was also in bad condition when they got here. But our detectives are on their way right now, so we're just securing everything. She good? Let's go. Stand up. What's your name?
Music.
Huh?
Music.
All right, stand up, Music, and place your hands behind your back, okay?
I can't really stand it very well.
Let's go, hurry up.
I don't know what it is. I'm trying.
Turn around. Give me your other hand.
Sorry.
Come on.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
You awake?
Yeah.
Are you good?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm not sure.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
He's not feeling too good. I don't know if you guys want to check him out again. He's leaning to the side and he says he's not feeling too good.
Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing.
You said you don't feel good?
Yeah. Lightheaded.
Lightheaded?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you tell me what your name is? Do you mind if we just check your vitals one more time?
I took a needle off of her. It's right there. It's all burnt up. There's still ash marks on her sweater. The door was already open. I seen the parents laying down, and I seen the son. He didn't look responsive. I didn't see him until I asked him. I said, "What's going on?" I looked left. He's just sitting on the chair, all lethargic. I was like, "What's wrong with him?" And I saw him moving and breathing, so I was like, "Okay." So I went to go check on him. I was all, "Who's not responsive?" And then she goes, the mom goes, "I don't think she is." And I looked, and they're on top of her. I didn't even see him. Like half of his left body was on her left side, half of her right body was on her other side. So she moved, and I looked at the kid, and I looked at her, and it was just, she was already gone.
While EMS transported Music to the hospital, she did admit that her and Matthew used a crystal substance the day before, which was actually their daughter's 5th birthday. But that was a regular occurrence, and this had never happened before, where they were unable to walk or barely form a sentence.
Diabetes, seizures, strokes.
I have had seizures before because I got a minor nasocranial fracture on a bicycle, but it was like 10 years ago.
What's your name?
Music.
Can you spell that?
MUSIC. My parents are long-haired freaky people. They really named me Music. I have an ID.
Do you have heart problems?
Not that I know of, but I have been having a lot of episodes where my both arms will be super numb when I wake up in the morning. But nothing like last night. Last night I couldn't sit up because it was excruciating. And my kids were all floppy, like, we all were all floppy. I can't explain it. I don't have any idea. I don't know how my kids would have gotten it. We were at their birthday party all day. Like, we did not have on us at the birthday party. She couldn't sit up. I have no idea. Like, I've done a lot of drugs and nothing has ever been like that. And I don't know what it was, but I do want a toxicology to know if something is going on. Everybody that was at the party, I trusted.
Are you going to be her nurse? Okay. So just real quick, I don't know if you're aware of her situation, what's going on. So if she brings anything up, she hasn't questioned anything yet, so let's just ignore her. So she doesn't know anything at all. She doesn't know that her kids yet. So let's just, if she does say anything, just ignore her.
Me and my kids have been feeling really weird. All we had to eat in bed this night was some chocolate cake that we got for my daughter for her birthday. I do smoke weed, and the last time I ingested any is at, well, they're approximately 12:30. Okay. Before we head out to the park for her birthday party. And it's probably going to ask if I can see my dad. I need to talk to him. I just want to see him.
I can't let you leave this. I can't let you leave this room. How is he doing?
He's good.
He is?
Said he hasn't eaten since Friday. So.
Kind of got a little bit of a mess right now.
Yeah.
So we're working through it a little bit at a time. The reason I'm here, I wonder if I could take some pictures of you.
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
Are you the detective?
I am.
Are you the one that will also be getting a toxicology report? Because I need one. I know I've done a lot of drugs in my life, and I've never felt anything like I did last night. It was completely bizarre.
Well,
and all that we had was the chocolate cake that we bought at Albertsons just before bed. We ate one more slice of chocolate cake.
Okay, and what was it that you felt last night?
Last night, I just felt like I couldn't hold myself up. Like, I kept falling into the wall. My kids kept falling into the walls.
You're weak, you were dizzy.
All of the above.
Right. You have any questions for me?
Are my kids okay?
Your kids are okay right now.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, one of your kids is here right now, but I'll talk to you about this more here in a little bit, okay?
Try to get it. It's a pity, but you could have his legs.
You could have what?
But we on his legs. So we're gonna do a leg x-ray, and then they need to go on his chest.
You want another blanket?
Any findings so far?
After hours at the hospital, both Music and Matthew were both led to the sheriff's department, where police would start to question them and also break the news that their daughter had not survived.
When we have a death occur, we treat every death as if it's a homicide until we can prove otherwise, whether it's someone, old person dying in their bed or what have you. So just for those reasons, we're going to take some pictures, okay?
Who died?
What's that?
Who died?
The little girl's gone. Okay. So we're going to have you stand up. Officer Carrasco is going to remove your handcuffs. We're going to take some pictures, okay?
Stand up, sir.
Give him a minute.
Well, you guys were waking me up. She was talking.
So, Mr. Bynum, here in a while, we're going to have a conversation about that, okay? But I know you're going to need a little time.
Wait for representation.
Okay, you're going to want a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then let's take some pictures, and then we can get you back to the cell for now.
You guys are free to go. You guys are free to go. You just can't go back to the house.
Go back to the house right now.
Yeah.
So.
You know.
Well, he doesn't know. That's what I'm telling him.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So you can't go back to the house. You guys are free to go. You guys' phones. She
I only have one phone.
The phone.
Yeah.
You guys come back tomorrow and get with the detectives in the morning.
So the officers had to go back to the only person that was coherent at the scene, which was Thaddeus, who made the 911 call.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Why am I being arrested?
You're not being arrested. You're being detained. Turn
Why?
around. Because you're up here and there's a kid. That's why.
Kid?
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the house until
I don't care.
Called. I didn't know she was.
I really didn't. That's why I called. I didn't know what was
Look, wait until they read you your rights, then you can start talking.
Sorry about that. Got a lot going on right now. Alright, so I'm going to read this to you. Just it's an advice of your rights, just because I take to investigative detention, okay? Yeah. Considering the matter at hand. I saw that you were the 911 caller. Yes. But before we get into that, let's start in the morning. So how did the morning start?
Well, I don't know if you saw the red van there or not with the dogs in it barking. That's where I'm trying to convert that into a little trailer. That's where I was sleeping. I woke up and I thought I heard the kids playing around outside, and then I realized that someone was yelling out from inside the tiny home, and I didn't know why. So I got out of the van and I went and I checked. There was music. Matt was kind of laying near music, almost on top of Zachy, little girl. So that's what I decided to call 911.
So let's just kind of backtrack it a little bit. So you heard music yelling. So you hear that. You walk to the door. You go to the door and you open the door and you see Zach, you said? Zachy, and music laying on what?
Well, that was on the bed. Zachy was kind of half on, half off, and music was not on the bed at all.
How did they get the house?
It was it's a propane heater on the wall, yes. But last night, a few nights ago, the propane ran out, and they had taken it off to go get propane, but never got it to the propane bill.
Did they ever start fires in the house?
No. They don't start fires in the house. They go and I thought you saw the coals in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So that was where they went and they burned wood and brought it in once it was cold and no smoke left.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I saw that and I was like, well, maybe we could be looking at carbon monoxide here too.
It was. I don't think it would have been, because last night they might have used wood the coals to heat it, but it's probably not likely.
Zachy.
Oh. Did not know that.
Zachy's gone. That's why all of this is happening.
Yeah.
Because we need to figure out how in the heck this even came to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know last time we talked a lot about doing the right thing and this and that.
Yeah.
I mean, that situation that you're in, definitely a good time to do that, right?
Right.
I can't even think of a situation where it would be more important to know what's going on than right now. I'm not the kind of cop that likes to get people caught up. That's not why I do this. That's not why I'm here. Right now, seeing her covered up, seeing her afterwards. Like, I'm not lying. Like, it knocked me down. I cried for a good long while.
I saw you walking away from the ambulance crying.
Yeah.
I didn't know why.
Yeah, it got a lot worse after that. Right now, my job is to do right by Zachy and lie the best I can by understanding what's going on. I mean, and like I said, sometimes things happen. Sometimes people kill other people on purpose.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's accidental or things go too far. There's a million reasons why something could happen, why something could come to be, right? And sometimes there's little details of things that happen that end up meaning a lot down the road. Like you could be like, well, I noticed this, or I did see that, or I overheard whatever, or I had this feeling, or something that smelled right in house, something, right? So sometimes those things can lead to having a greater understanding. So is there anything of that nature regarding anyone that was there at any time that could have led potentially to that?
I only ever heard music and Matt argue, but it was usually when Matt was super tired and stayed up all night gathering wood and stuff. And then the truck would break down or something would go wrong and he'd get and music. It's common for that to happen, but it was never around the kids. They never did anything around the kids, and they loved them so much.
Is there anything that stands out to you about what happened that could explain what's going on here? Oh, I mean, what stood out was I could say how pale it was, or that's what I called it.
Recording for us?
Yep.
So I'm sure they went over this several times with you, but boy was somewhere in this region. Dad was laying here, decedent here, and the mom off to the side. And then when Thaddeus came in, he saw them here. She was super pale. For some reason, moved him to this chair, and then came back, and then that's when he started calling 911. Girl could have gotten sick. I mean, living like this, you know, gets a little bit of a cold or something, and there you go. She had any kind of immunocompromise.
So they said that she got sick and threw up?
The mom was like, I've done a lot of drugs in my life. She goes, I occasionally do meth and weed, but I don't do heroin, nothing like that, and I've never felt like I did last night ever in my life.
A post-mortem toxicology analysis would be conducted on Zaculons specifically designed to identify carboxyhemoglobin saturation. Normal carboxyhemoglobin levels are generally up to 3.5% in non-smokers and up to 8% in smokers. When Zaculon's result came back, it showed a 70% saturation. That was far too much to survive. The coal fumes had killed her.
Okay, so like I said, you can vote this anytime you want, right? Like the deputy told you, I'm Detective Orozco, you could just call me Randy, that's fine. So my job is to figure out what happened, and you are someone that can give me information that I obviously wasn't there for.
Yes.
I'm playing a little bit of catch up.
I do smoke weed and speed, but I had not imbibed any speed.
Okay, so just to be clear with speed. Thank you. I appreciate
I do
that.
not use them regularly. It was just kind of like I wasn't feeling good. It doesn't matter. That's all just excuses. But anyways, I had not used any past like noon 30 at the very latest.
Okay.
And there was nothing that she could get in the room. The room is extremely messy, and that is true. And we're working on it. We don't have a vehicle right now to even take it to the dump. So it's really
hard.
It is hard.
Crazy hard.
And we had a friend that was letting us use their truck. To do dump runs and stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
To do dump runs and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
And yeah, I've done, not recently, but like recently I've just done, and I've done a lot of drugs throughout my life though. My name is Music. My parents named me Music, you know, that's the life I grew up in. But I've never felt like I did last night. It was unreal. Like I couldn't hold myself up. My daughter and my son couldn't hold themselves up. I had no idea what was going on. I just wanted us to get some sleep, and I thought that would help. And I don't know what that was. Not like anything I've ever experienced.
Me too. That's extremely weird, right?
Yes.
Just like that, stuff like that doesn't really happen.
I don't have any idea what happened, but I want to know what was in my system, and I want to know how it got to my kids' system, because they did not get in. I'm telling you. And an investigation will have to be done, and that is fine with me. But I know that I do not do this. I know that. And so if that's in my system, and if that's in my little girl's system, somebody put it there. Sorry, excuse my language, but I do not
speak however you want. You're going through some right now. Straight up.
No, I want to speak eloquently because I don't want to
be misconstrued.
I don't want to be misconstrued. I know that a lot of people come through here lying about what they do, and I am not here to lie about what I do. I'm here to figure out what happened to my children, because I just want to know that they're okay.
So
we want the opportunity to become the best fit for them. I don't know what happened. I don't think it was the cake or anything. I don't know what it was.
What about the hitter to the house?
The heater, we don't have the propane hooked in. We're out of propane.
And the cold? Like if we had the cold or whatever you were burning in there?
Yeah, it was cold. They were cold. But we burn them all the way to cold so they don't smoke the place out, and then we vent the window. Normally we have a propane heater, and when we have the propane hooked up to the heater that's up against the wall, we still leave it vented because the kids were, a while back, like when we first moved in, this is over a year ago, my son was waking up throwing up. And we discovered it's because we had all the windows shut with the propane heater on, so it wasn't ventilating properly. So we started leaving the windows just cracked, and that was enough, and all the throwing up stuff.
Likely due to hallucinations and delusions caused by amphetamine, they forgot to open their windows, neglectfully sealing their daughter's fate.
Yeah, that was my initial thought with everyone in the house. Like you guys, from what we were told at the time, like people just aren't feeling good, and having that type of heater inside the house or even burning the coals inside, you get a little carbon monoxide, a certain percent, I'm not a doctor, some percent you're going to start feeling sick and whatnot, and after that things get a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Right, progressively more serious until that's solved.
There should have been at least 2 windows in the house.
Di, right? Is that your son's name? Di? I checked on him at the hospital when I saw you. So from what they're thinking, at that time, things could have changed. He looks like he has a touch of pneumonia.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, otherwise, he seemed pretty okay. They're treating them. They're going to do what doctors do.
Yeah.
Right, and check him for all sorts of stuff. Zachy, she didn't survive. Fine. But we are going to look into it as deeply as we possibly can to try to get a better answer for what happened.
The detective would write down his thoughts during this very moment, saying Miss Adami was told about her daughter's passing. She appeared to attempt to be shocked, and also cried, but no tears came out. She would stop and stare for brief moments at a time, which could have been initial shock or theatrics. Her emotional response did not appear to be genuine. The detective had gotten everything he needed. For the rest of the interrogation, music would recount how she couldn't move when she woke up, and everything that had happened the previous day. They would roam free for over 2 months following the death, but would finally be arrested after a case was built up, showing the two's extensive past of child neglect, including poor living conditions and a lack of supervision. Matthew would be charged with intentional abuse of a child, resulting in and abandonment of a child. Music was charged with intentional abuse of a child, resulting in and child in the first offense. As of December 2024, their trial is still ongoing. If found guilty, the two will likely be facing life in prison.
Story about a grandmother who is outraged tonight that CYFD wants to return her 7-year-old grandson to his parents.
Those parents are currently facing felony charges in the death of their 5-year-old. And when the grandmother spoke up, the state took the child away from her. We spoke with the grandmother's attorney.
Did y'all smoke dope?
No.
Fentanyl? What is it?
No, it's not fentanyl.
I got you, baby. Come on.
That's deputies back in March near Silver City, where they found a 5-year-old girl dead underneath her parents.
How old is your sister?
Just turned 5 yesterday.
A 7-year-old boy explains to a deputy he doesn't want his sister to die. 2 months later, a toxicology report on the girl showed a high percentage of carbon monoxide. The 7-year-old who survived also tested positive for meth. Both parents are now facing child abuse, resulting in death charges.
Drug addicted, just living in horrible circumstances, homeless sometimes for years.
All things the children's grandma and a school employee reported to CYFD over and over again before the death. as spelled out in documents KRQE obtained. CYFD first placed the 7-year-old in his grandmother's care in March.
In some ways, she felt like, okay, now the child's with me. He's safe, he's secure.
We spoke with the grandmother, who says she's helped her grandson improve his grades and health. He was in karate and had play dates. Then CYFD told her they were working to put the boy back at home with his parents, who are accused in the death of his sister.
And I think the department ought to understand that. They ought to understand that anybody else that's involved and interested in this child's welfare would be concerned about reuniting him with parents that were so extremely neglectful.
Attorney Jonathan Diener says the grandma voiced her concerns.
And then the next thing that happens is the department pulls him and puts him with a stranger. I mean, she's upset. She's upset.
This letter from CYFD to the grandmother from late July said the state removed her grandson from her home because she was not supportive of the court's plan of reunification, affecting the best interest of the child.
And I did talk to the child's therapist, who that was her, her attitude was it was a huge mistake to take the child away from the grandmother, given that he has already been through so many traumas.
Even if the child is placed back with his parents, they both face court cases.
And if they're found guilty on these charges, they're going to go away to prison. And then what happens to the 7-year-old again?
Well, it seems to me that if CYFD has their way, this child won't be with his grandmother. And that's the unfortunate sort of weird, tragic thing that's going on right now.
CYFD refused to comment. The grandmother is fighting for custody, but today a judge ruled against giving her custody.